All right, so welcome everyone. I am at an angle. This is strength and conditioning. This is our Tuesday morning class where we're going to meet from about 9 a.m. to a little bit past maybe 10:20 or so. So for those of you guys that have been with me in the past, this class should be familiar to you. Strength and conditioning, we're going to be focusing on strengthening our muscles, just conditioning our heart a little bit more, moving here and there. But the main focus is to strengthen, make our body stronger. So the way we're going to do that is through exercises, usually with some, sorry if I'm still at a slow. Okay, I'll fix that right now. So the main, I feel like I'm on the Titanic right now. It's a little better. Okay. So the way we're gonna get stronger is gonna be through exercise, and but these exercises are gonna be doing specifically for this class. We are gonna require equipment. The equipment that we'll usually use more often is gonna be a yoga mat, a chair, and some light dumbbells. So if you have several dumbbells, that's great. And then something just to kind of make this class less repetitive with movements. What I am gonna ask of you guys maybe to get in like the next week or two would be if you could get some maybe some light resistance bands that we could just use by stepping on and then doing some movements with them. Also, if you have some loop bands would be great. So loop bands are bands that kind of go around your legs, and you could do some type of resistance work, laying down, standing up. And then if you guys are up to it too, I would suggest also, and again, I guess we'll assess in the next couple of weeks, but I was gonna say some ankle weights. So again, you can do a little bit more with that as well. But yeah, but for sure, yoga mat, dumbbells, and a chair is the equipment that we'll be using, okay? So most of these days for these classes, we're gonna try to change them up because I do have 6 classes. So I want to make sure that every day we're switching it up and it's not the same repetitive movements every time. So for this class being strength and conditioning, like I said, we're going to focus mainly on doing weights, so more like a gym session. Okay. So with that being said, we'll get started with the warm up, then kind of go roll into the workout and then a smaller cool down. Okay. So with the warm up, we're going to usually warm up the entire body. So let's go ahead and start by looking left to right. Go up and down. Just gonna breathe gently through these movements, up and down. Leg rotations. Switch directions. Go ahead and reach over. Cool. This being our first week, we're probably gonna go a little bit lighter than usual. If you've had workouts with me before, give an intro for the new folks. And again, if you can make it to the live sessions, you can always watch the recordings. Switch. Also try to put extra workout videos on Canvas. If you want to do a little bit more throughout the day or later on the week. Information on fitness and health topics on there as well. And let's reach up towards the ceiling. Let's lean right. The left. Come back from a little trip and up to Glacier National Park over the weekend. Beautiful out there. If you want to move to Montana. So, right. We're gonna be doing shoulder presses today, so I just want to do kind of like the same motion, but a little bit easier. So we're just gonna do pretty much just shoulder press motion, but with no weights. Didn't see any crazy wildlife. I thought I was gonna see bear and moose everywhere, and no, didn't see any of that. And now let's go straight arms. Just it's okay. But yeah, unfortunately, I guess the best months to actually see the entire park is between June and October. There's, we went there, and about maybe 10 miles into the road called Road to the Sun. Let's go ahead and bring that right arm over. The gate was closed, and I guess you could walk into it, but it's a 50-mile road. I don't think we're gonna walk that much. So we only had about a few hours to spare. Yeah, it's pretty state. I really like it. Switch. So trunk rotation. So just gently left to right. And I'm not gonna tell you how much weight I gained, but definitely gained some weight over the last few days. Ab circles. So again, feet a little bit wider apart, straight back, cross, back. So with big hula hoops and big hip circles, so just wide hips.
Sorry, I have a dog barking at me here. He wants me to stop.
Oh, that's funny. I think I gained 8 pounds over the last 4 years. And no regrets. I did not regret any of those meals. Let's go with some hip openers. So this one's a little bit, it's good for balance as well. So you're gonna drive our knee forward, out. We'll switch. Yeah, I think it was just a combination of lots of fries, well, sweet potato fries, and burgers, a lot of sandwiches. There's a lot of deli shops out there. Breakfast burritos. Yes. I got on the scale this morning. And I already knew something, I wasn't gonna be too happy with it, but I was like, I'm okay with it. I think in a matter of a week or two, I'll be back down to my regular. Not too worried. All right, let's go ahead. We're gonna do try to incorporate a little bit more on the warm-ups on our heavier days. So we're gonna do our wall kicks. We're pretty much just gonna come up to a wall. We're just gonna swing our leg or our leg swings back and forth. Make sure that leg goes forward and back. Done a few swings. Sides. All right, now we're gonna face the wall and swing across. Switch. Good. All right. Hamstring stretch. A slight bend at the knee. Your hands down your shins. All the way down. Right back up. Last one is the deep squat stretch. So one that we really want to get good at. So down. And then huckleberry everything over there. Berry, popcorn, jelly, wine, huckleberry everything. All right, and let's push that. All right, very good. How are you guys feeling today? Good. By some nods, I think some of you guys have been to Glacier as well, right? Maybe, yeah, no. Therese, have you been to Glacier? Carmen? Glacier National Park? Yeah. Okay. No? Oh, yeah. Well, you should go. It was awesome. Yeah, it's beautiful out there. Can you guys hear me?
Is healing? No, it's me. I was paying attention to the dog. Don't.
All right.
To go there is healing. It's a lot of.
It's no, actually, from it's very flat, and then you drive into it almost. Have you been to Yosemite or
No.
Sequoias? Okay, so or Big Bear. Carmen, you need to get out.
I know.
So anyways, all of these places are a lot windier than getting into Glacier. Glacier was pretty safe and not too many turns, but I think the area where we didn't get to, I think it gets pretty narrow, and then there's like a huge cliff up to the side. But we didn't get to that. But other than that, yeah, it was, I mean, pretty easy drive. Yeah, I think it's a lot more dangerous to go to like even like Big Bear, up the road.
How many hours does it drive there?
So we flew into Missoula, which is 2.5 hour flight, and then from Missoula to Glacier, the west entrance, it was another 2.5 hours. But I think there's a new airline. I think they're called Avilo, that I saw getting promoted on the news networks locally, and from Burbank. They're flying out from Burbank to Glacier National Park or I think round trip. Like if you leave on a Monday, come back on a Friday, I think it's $110 round trip. So I think they're trying to promote Glacier a little bit more and their airline. But yeah, I'm hoping they have that same deal in maybe next year or so. But yeah, but I guess we started last week with that deal. But anyways, let's grab our dumbbells. So grab some dumbbells. We're gonna do so pretty much how this workout's gonna consist is gonna be an upper body movement and then a lower body movement. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, here we go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be doing supersets. So supersets gonna be 2 exercises, and then we're gonna alternate them. So we'll do superset. Each superset we'll do twice. So 2 sets of each superset. So for example, a superset could be a bicep curl and a close stance squat. Okay, so that's 1 superset. You do 10 of those, then another 10 of these. That's 1 superset. Then we're gonna repeat that set twice. Okay, so that's gonna be our first one actually. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's do regular bicep curl. So just here, make sure you extend all the way down. Curl all the way down. I actually pulled my quad. I'm always getting injured. I pulled my quad. So I'll be skipping the squats today. Yeah, so we're on a hike and I tripped and I try to just kind of keep my leg firm so I wouldn't trip completely, and that just caused my leg to tighten up on my quad. So all right, so 10 of those, and between these lifts, you can put the weights down, about 30 seconds to 40 seconds, and then our next lift is going to be the close stance squat. So as we're kind of just resting right now, for those of you guys that are new, in between I would just drink water, just kind of shake out your arms, make sure your breathing is nice and comfortable. And also if you do any movements that cause pain, feel funky, aren't too comfortable, make sure you communicate so we could find an alternative movement. We really don't want to walk out of this class injured or feeling, like you. All right, so next one. Go ahead and do our close stance squat. So this one's going to focus on our quad muscles, which is our larger upper leg muscle that runs from our hips down to our knees. And we're just going to feet close together. And we're going to squat down. Try these. Strengthen it. Overdo it. Good side angle, so I'm just bringing the weight straight down. I'm trying not to lean forward, just kind of bring my head straight down. Four. One. This down again. Press. Water. Biceps. So if you have more dumbbells, what I would recommend is on the second set, go with a little bit heavier. You have options. So again, if you're tired, you're not feeling it yet, then just stay with the same ones. Okay, 10 of these. Sometimes you could just stand feet close together. I feel like sometimes that causes lower back pain when you just do a split stance. You can step like this. usually do that sometimes when the weight's a little heavier, a little bit more stable. And remember, when you work out different muscle groups, obviously the bicep muscles of your arms are a lot smaller than your quads. You can probably lift a lot heavier weight with your legs than you can with your arms. I saw some bison out there. Yeah, other than that, it was just like valleys and like sharp, like mountains. Like here, you usually see like rolling mountains like out there because of the glaciers make the mountains very steep. So that was a pretty cool sight. So almost like in Yosemite, where you see the valley and then it's like that's what it looked like. But just
Did you still have snow there?
yeah. So that's why the road was still closed. So yeah, I think at
Yeah.
about maybe 7 or 8,000 feet, there's still a lot of snow. So that's why we couldn't go. But,
No waterfalls yet?
no, there's plenty of waterfalls. Yeah.
Good.
We saw waterfalls. We just didn't see, yeah, I guess that, most of the states had about 2,000 to 3,000 feet. There wasn't any snow there. And, we kept telling people that were there, like, oh man, you guys have such a pretty state. It's beautiful out here. They're like, yeah, but just wait till winter. Most of them were like, yeah, it kind of sucks out here in the winter. I never experienced a crazy winter like that. So let's go ahead and do the squats. So again, close hand squats. Go as slow as you can. Knees close together. There. But yeah, I mean, it's really, really pretty. Right. If you've ever driven, like up to Oregon, up the 5 freeway, yeah, it reminded me of that a lot. After you pass Mount Shasta, it's just green forever. That's pretty much how it was, but with more mountains.
You took plenty of pictures?
Yeah, I mean, I think I took more videos, but yeah, I took plenty of pictures. Yeah, it was really pretty. Yeah, I almost wish we were there longer just to explore more of it. But yeah, and then also I think we found like our headquarters town a little bit too far from it because we were initially trying to do Glacier one day and Yellowstone the other, but Yellowstone was 5 hours away. And I think if we would have just settled for Glacier, we could have done a lot more and gotten a town closer to Glacier. But yeah, I mean, it's not many big cities out there or towns. I think most towns were a couple thousand people, and but those properties, like it's like a red barn, and then it's like acres and acres for every house. It's still beautiful. So, all right, so that's our first superset. Now we're gonna go with our second one. Okay, so for this one, let's go ahead and grab our yoga mat. For this one. I'll have to go back with the line. All right, so for this one, what we're gonna do for upper body, we're gonna go ahead and do a dumbbell fly. The dumbbell fly, we're pretty much gonna be on our backs. Dumbbells are here, and we're gonna just open. Okay, so demonstrate right here. Open, close. So we're gonna do 10 to 12 of these. Yeah, so these are the top, bring them back to the side. And what we're gonna do for legs here is gonna be glute bridges. Gonna be laying down here, same position. Bring our hips up and this push and then back down. Up. Down. Try to squeeze your glutes, bring them up. And down. Up. Down. Up. It's within 12 to 15 of these. Twelve to 15. We'll actually superset this one. With some James Bondas too. We're gonna get on our side, so we'll actually like. On our side. Keep going on the way down, not too fast. Going. Putting in switch sides. Fifteen of these. Control it. Very good. Here, we'll rest up. Okay, let's go ahead and start with our flies again. So remember, each superset we're doing 2 rounds. Flies, so start here. Fly. Go ahead, make sure you're breathing nice and gentle. Open those arms. Squeeze. And 12 of these. And bridges again. Over here. Up. Down. Up to 15 of these. Awesome. Bonders. If you feel like the weights are too light, then it's time to upgrade your equipment. Maybe you that have been with me for a while, definitely upgraded. You found it stronger. Alrighty. Water. Bathroom break if needed. Break and we'll start again. Right. Okay. Back. All right, so our next superset, we did arms, we did chest. Now we're gonna do upper back. This one's gonna be an upright row. So we're gonna have our dumbbells here at our side, not directly in front, but just angled out. We're gonna bring the dumbbells up and down. So they're slightly out, so you see they're not here, slightly out. Let's do 10 to 12 of those. extension. Put those down for a second. We get our quads, our hamstrings. Then we're gonna do our calves, okay? At the same weights, we're gonna do 20 calf raises. Here and 20, so we're gonna go heels up, slowly down, up, slowly down. So again, you could add some heavier weights for this. We're gonna do 20 of these. Okay, I'm gonna superset that. We're gonna add a third movement on this one. A little bit more for. We're gonna do tricep dip. One, bench. Here, and we go down, up. So give me anywhere between 10 to 15. Now we rest. Take a rest. I'm gonna share a picture real quick. Not one that I took, but it's called Avalanche Lake, Montana. So this is the lake that we hiked to. It was a 4.5 mile hike. So but yeah, but you could see, I don't know if you could see my arrow, but through here that's a waterfall, 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 waterfall. So yeah, really pretty. And yeah, so it kind of looked just like that. There's still snow up there. But yeah, I mean, that's all snow melt, so you know the water's freezing. But yeah, really, really pretty. So
Did you do a cold plunge while you were there?
no,
That cold water?
no, we got to that lake maybe around 4:30, 5 p.m. Yeah, it was getting pretty dark. But the cool part, you're so far up north, it actually didn't get dark, completely dark until about maybe 10:15 at night. So, which is pretty crazy to experience, but yeah, it was cool. Yeah. Alright, so let's do our second round of this set. So again, we have upright rows, then we have our, we do for legs, calf raises, and then tricep dips. Again, upright rows, up. Yeah, so I went with a group of guys, and you know, we're trying to be realistic. We're like, all right, how realistic can we make a trip like this happen? You know, like, can we make this like once a year or every 2 years? So I think we're gonna try to maybe make it like a once a year type of thing. And, you know, I'm more interested in you know, nature, national parks like that. But I think they want the next one to be more fun. So I think they want to go to Austin or Nashville next time. I've been to Austin, and Austin's pretty wild, but too wild for my taste. But you know, it's time I'm down for Nashville. But people that have gone to Nashville have told me that that place is crazy too. So so we'll see what we end up doing. All right. It's been to New Orleans. I like to go back to New Orleans. New Orleans is fun. Really, really good. I'll definitely come back like 15 pounds heavier from New Orleans. Um, so good. So let's do our calf raises, 20 calf raises. Yeah, one of my friends, he's from Maine. So I know I'll never have any type of business going on in Maine. So but he says his brother has a condo out there. So he's like, yeah, whenever you want to go, let's go. So I might actually take him up on it maybe sometime next year. We're up and down slowly. Get up and then slowly down. Awesome. Done 20 of those. You have your dips. And 10 to 15 dips. Up, down, up. Ooh. That's a yes. Right. All right, so we've done most muscle groups. We haven't done shoulders. So I want to do shoulders, and I also want to do lower back. Okay, so the way we're gonna do shoulders and lower back is we're gonna go ahead and do lateral and shoulder front raises, and then for lower back, what we could do is we'll just go on the floor and do Supermans. Okay, so like the core movement that we've done always. So. So if you don't want to do too much on standing and going down, you could do the shoulder raises kneeling. Kneeling if you want. We'll be here. So again, lateral, front. That actually doesn't feel great on my quads. 10 of each. 1. And Superman's going to be belly down. Chest up, knees up. You're gonna hold this for 40 seconds. That's too long, then just take a little break in between and then start on back up. 3, 2, 1, up. Three, 2, 1, and I'm gonna do a little lower back stretch. So let's just stay here and stand our elbows. Stretch for your back. So just press your elbows here. Let's put our hands where our elbows are, and push. Let's bring our glutes to our heels. A little bit of stretching here too. And reset. I'll start back up with the shoulder raises. The only thing about traveling that I wasn't a fan of just my missing my bed. I woke up every day sore from my neck and my back. It's just pillows. 10 each. Good. Right down to Superman's. Three, 2, 1, up. More seconds. Three, two, one. Time. Okay. Right. Okay, you guys could actually stay down there if you want. So next one's gonna be push-ups and donkey kicks, okay? So push-ups, you guys have done before. Regular push-ups or knee assisted push-ups, and then we're gonna do donkey kicks and fire hydrants. Donkey kicks would be here. Goes up towards the ceiling or out. Okay. That's what we're gonna do next. So 2 sets of those, and then we'll start with the cool down after that. Ready? So give me 10 to 12 of each. Ready, and go. So raise. 12. And do 12 donkey kicks on the right leg first, and then the left. Ready, begin. Then 10 or 12, switch. Then I would rest you between the donkey kicks or hydrants. If you're holding yourself up, arms might get a little tired. Ready? Go ahead and do the fire hydrants. Fire hydrants go out. 10 to 12, those. Got that, and switch legs. One more round. We'll cool down. Grab a bite, have a little snack after this. Some water. All right, 10 to 12 push-ups. Yeah. Water. We got donkey kicks. You ready? right, maybe, God, those arms are probably a little bit burning right now, so. All right, let's grab a chair. We'll do our cool down from our chair. Rest those arms a little bit right now. We'll go ahead and just, go ahead and the hip opener, so knees forward, let's go out, switch out in that knee. Open that hip flexor a little bit. Our next big outing isn't until August. So have a pretty busy with family events, work in July. By Santa Barbara on camping trip. And we always have our annual high altitude camp with my team. So we're going to manage for a week. All right, let's do a performance stretch. So let's go heel on that opposite knee. Okay, so tomorrow's our mobility and flexibility day. So we'll just be doing some stretches. Thursday, we'll see our cardio work. That yesterday. It's one of those active ones on Thursday. Friday, I think it's lower body strengthening, more specifically on lower body and some balance. Then Friday, Saturday will be similar, so stretching and balance. Bring that knee up. Good. You're out at Disneyland, Cherise? Is that it? Were you out at a theme park recently? That is,
Oh, yes. Disneyland, I haven't been there since my kids were little.
oh man.
Did one day, like,
Yeah.
at the big park, and then, I've never been to California Adventure. Then I did that with my daughter and, the two grandkids.
Okay.
I didn't stay I got a lot of steps, I'll put it that way. I had a record at the big park. I mean, I was close to 20,000 steps.
Oh wow. Yeah.
My son was impressed because they left and went home early, and I stayed late with my daughter
Yeah.
and granddaughter and got more in.
Oh man.
I was sore.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now I cleared up pretty good with the Epsom salt bath.
Okay. Yeah.
It was pretty good, not bad.
Cool.
It was
Wow.
fun. They have the residence fee through May. That's how we were able to go.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just so costly now.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the food there. They don't. Most of the food isn't that great unless you like churros or turkey legs. But yeah, I was kind of like Now, we usually try to eat beforehand or eat at the downtown Disney area restaurants.
Oh, you can take your own snacks. They're pretty lax. You can bring your own water bottle and we
That's
brought
good.
snacks for the kids, you know, so it was
Yeah,
not too bad.
cool. Righty. All right, that should do it for today. Like I said, tomorrow will be more kind of relaxing day as far as movement. I mean, this